Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back at the NYBG Botanical Garden. We're going to take a quick walk through the Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden and the Ornamental Conifers Garden. Let's get going. So we finally reached the Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden. The initial designer, Beatrix Farrand. The garden could not be completed because of World War I. There was an iron shortage, so they basically built out all the plots, and it wasn't until mid-1980s where the board member of the garden, Bev Strauss, found the original designs, presented it to David Rockefeller, and finally completed the garden in 1988. Now, Peggy Rockefeller herself was a horticulturalist. As you can see, because of the current Alice in Wonderland themes still going on throughout the gardens, you will find more of those wonderful art throughout the rose garden. Now, the rose garden tends to bloom in late May, early June, and also again in September. So currently you can see there aren't a lot of the roses in bloom, but still plenty for those of you who would like to do some photography. I'm actually starting by walking on kind of the outside path of the garden. It's very peaceful and serene. Though the garden is towards the edge of the Bronx Botanical Garden, so if you listen closely, you can hear the highway. But yeah, if you do come in late May, early June, this garden is full of roses of every color and species you can imagine. If you're just looking for somewhere to sit and relax during your time and visit, this is also a great location, as long as you come early during the afternoon hours here in the garden. This is one of the more popular exhibitions, and you get quite a bit of people. Here's a nice pink one, and if you can see, there's actually a bee hard at work. right? Just did a full circle of the kind of outside path. And then bring it around and actually walk down the center path. Again, almost all of the metal structures you see here were not completed until the 1980s, when the original plans were rediscovered and put into motion to be built. Now, while you're walking around this garden, you'll see a lot of the local wildlife: chipmunks, squirrels, sparrows, blue jays, and cardinals, depending on the time of year. And even a robin or two. Now let's move on to our next stop. So now we're going to take a look at one of the newer additions to the garden, the Benenson Ornamental Conifers. You can see conifers year-round, as they tend to stay very green winter, spring, fall, summer. I think most people forget about this section of the garden because the tram doesn't actually always go through here. I think during the busier times, to I guess buy time between tram trips, the tram will actually go through the ornamental conifers, because it's literally a really small loop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me swing over here. This giant tree is an American elm. There's a sign here pointing it out. but that is massive. Yeah, I noticed riding the tram several times. When I guess they're doing the quick route, they skip this completely. So unless you're particularly looking for it, you would just pass by it and not know. I imagine every time we see those people that come to the garden to jog, this is probably one of the areas they visit the most. It's pretty quiet, pretty empty for the most part.
Yeah.
I always find these trees with the kind of draping branches to be so cool. So if you're a person in New York who wants a tree you can plant in your backyard, it'll be green year round, conifer is the tree you're looking for. And to that sign, many of the conifers in this area were a gift from Colonel Montgomery Spruce. This guy has some blue coloring. And there goes the tram. So I came off the path just slightly bit to show you this little area here. Other than the random highway sounds, a nice quiet oasis in the middle of the Bronx. That's actually one of the greenhouses where they take care of plants before they bring them out to the garden itself. And we're back at the entrance of the Ornamental Conifers Garden. Again, if you want to know how to get here, once you're done in the Rose Garden, just make a left on the main road and keep following it, and you'll see the sign on your left-hand side. Thank you again for joining me today in the NYBG Botanical Gardens, where we walk through the Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden and the Ornamental Conifers Garden. Again, if you have any comments, leave them below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the parks.